welcome to another edition of a little thing we like to call Nerd Bracket. Generally speaking, we only do this during March Madness, but with Wicked coming out here, we thought this would be a good time to focus on some musicals, not just any old musicals. We're going over essentially what are the top 64 of the past 100 years. Let's just get into it here, but first I want to introduce my panel here to help me out determine this. Ryan Meyerberg, obviously movie expert, helping me on a PBL all the time. And it didn't seem right to have a musical sort of topic here without having someone who has a little bit more experience in musicals, I feel like, than us too. Soraya Cheadle, you've been in some musicals here at SMSU Theater and everything like that. So
I have, yeah.
You're kind of the resident expert here. That being said, I know how our minds work. We're probably going to outvote you more often than not.
All right, I'm ready. I will defend my case hard.
But yeah, basically how this all works is we have 4 divisions here totaling in 64 total movies. Basically what I did is I went through every quarter century, so from here back to 1925, every quarter century, did a lot of filtering. I spent a long night coming up with this one, I'm not going to lie, where I came up with a 16 for each quarter century or whatever. So we got Division 1 from 1925 to 1949, et cetera, and everything like that.
Yeah, this is impressive. This is a lot, so well done. Even to start.
I probably put more work in this than I should, considering how this is just a fun thing or whatever. But do we have any preference on which time period, which division we start with here or whatever?
I feel like we go front to back.
Our Division 1 here, like I said before, 1925 all the way up to 1949. Let's end with the top seeded one then. Let's kind of work our way up then.
Okay.
All right, so looking at this one, again, when I kind of came up with this, I came up with the seeding or the ranking based on IMDb rankings and everything like that. So these are some of the most popular ones that had the highest rankings on IMDb. So coming in at the number 2 seed is 1935's Night at the Opera versus 1940's Song of the South. I am familiar with one of them for not the greatest reasons.
I was going to say, I know one of those.
Yes, it's the one you're thinking of.
Yeah.
It's the one you're thinking of.
The Disney one, yeah.
Yes.
I'm familiar with it. I've seen clips of it, but I've never seen it. But I would say we'd probably have to go Night at the Opera.
I was just saying, do you need a synopsis for Night at the Opera, or do we know enough about this one?
I feel like we just go Night at the Opera.
No, okay, so we're all so just to officially say, all raise your hand for Night at the Opera.
Yeah. I will also say though, there are a few good songs in Song of the South, like the Zippity Doo Dah song. That's a catchy.
That's from Song of the South.
That's from Song of the South.
Okay,
yeah.
I love Zippity Doo Dah.
Yeah.
Looking at the next matchup here, we got the number 7 seed 1942's Yankee Doodle Dandy versus number 10 seed 1935's Swing Time. I did look up some summaries of this one, if we so need so. Do we need a little bit?
I don't know Swing Time.
You're familiar with Yankee Doodle Dandy, though?
Vaguely.
Okay.
Mainly I know the song.
Yeah, Yankee Doodle Dandy is basically an autobiopic about the guy who wrote that song, I guess, and just shows him performing as himself on a Broadway stage. So essentially think of it as an autobiopic. Swing Time, roguish gambler / dancer Lucky Garnett is challenged by his fiance's father to come up with $25,000 to prove he's worthy of her hand. But after he falls in love with a dance instructor, Lucky will do anything to keep from earning the bucks. Feels like he could just say no, right? You can just move on. It's a little convoluted there, I suppose. So based on that very limited information, does anybody have any votes for Yankee Doodle Dandy?
I say Yankee Doodle Dandy.
That's what I'd go with.
I love a good autobio.
Okay. All right. Yankee Doodle Dandy moves on. This next one, however, will be a little bit more familiar. We've got the number 3 seed, 1940's Fantasia, going up against 1941's Dumbo. Any votes for Fantasia?
That's how it goes.
No votes for Dumbo. All right.
Yeah.
I watched Dumbo a lot when I was a kid, but I like Fantasia better.
Yeah, Dumbo makes me sad.
All right, next matchup here, we got 1937 classic, number 6 seed Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs versus 1930's Animal Crackers.
Is that the Shirley Temple one?
No, it looks like it's a Marx Brothers movie.
And I'm not familiar with it, and I'm going to vote for Snow White anyway.
Yeah,
I was going to say, is there anything I can say to convince you out of Snow White? Okay, we'll just move on to Snow White then.
Yeah.
And I already know Snow White's beating Fantasia too.
All right, next one we're going to look at here, 1933's Duck Soup versus 1942's
Holiday Inn.
All right.
Holiday Inn. I love Holiday Inn. Okay.
So we definitely got to vote for Holiday Inn, I'm assuming.
Yes, I could see Holiday Inn going far.
kind of when you think of an old-timey musical, you do kind of think of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go Holiday Inn with some of those names.
Let's move on here. The number 5 seed, 1935's Top Hat versus the 1949 12th seed, On the Town. Anyone familiar with these two?
I'm not familiar with either of those.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay, so On the Town, 3 sailors wreak havoc as they search for love during a whirlwind 24-hour leave in New York City.
Oh, this is Frank Sinatra. Is this Frank Sinatra?
Yes, I believe it is.
This is where New York comes from, I think.
Oh.
Okay. Top Hat, an American dancer, comes to Britain and falls for a model whom he initially annoyed, but she mistakes him for his goofy producer. Another Fred Astaire one, though, as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got Fred Astaire versus Frank
Sinatra.
I'd go On the Town.
I'm going Frank Sinatra.
Yep.
Frank
Just
Sinatra.
because I'm
All right.
Yeah,
I would
in New York right now. So.
I'm just going to vote for Top Hat just to say my voice was heard, but yeah, we'll move one on here.
Okay.
Okay. Glad you're feeling heard here.
Last 2 ones here. Another couple familiar ones, I believe. This is a very close matchup. We got the number 8 seed, Meet Me in St. Louis, versus the number 9 seed, Pinocchio. Who's voting for Meet Me in St. Louis?
I've never seen it, so I can't comment.
Okay.
But I also know Pinocchio scared the crap out of me as a child, too.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, that's super dark. But I'm going with Pinocchio.
I'm going to go Meet Me in St. Louis because I also like that song. But,
I am going to vote Pinocchio overall.
Okay. My strongest association with Meet Me in St. Louis is Larry the Cucumber sings a version of that song in a VeggieTales episode.
VeggieTales.
You just want to sing with your mama.
In St. Louis. She said, meet me in St. Louis, Louis.
But your name is Jim.
My middle name is Louis.
You know when you're getting spoofed by Larry, you've made it.
You've made it, yeah.
That's it. All right, final matchup of Division 1 here.
It's going to be Wizard of Oz.
At least let me say the other one. Give them their moment of time here. There's a lot of 1944, the Three Caballeros fans out there that are going to be mad at you.
I was going to say
steamrolling them.
Okay.
You guys are going to go Wizard of Oz, but I'll go Caballeros.
You don't know where I'm voting. I mean, yeah, no, I'm going to say Wizard of Oz, but I just don't like you to assume.
I'm giving voice to the Caballeros.
Yeah, so like you kind of move on here. We got Division 2 here, though, to move on to here for the first round.
I got some things to say about these ones.
There we go. Yeah, now we're getting a little bit more into all of our territories here, our familiar sweet spots, I feel like. All these movies came out from 1950 to 1974. Number 1, Singing in the Rain versus the 1963 16 seed, The Sword in the Stone. Anyone voting for The Sword in the Stone?
No. Singing in the Rain might be my all-time favorite movie musical.
That one's going to go far.
Make them laugh, make them laugh. I will just end up singing like every time. So
That's all right. That's all right.
As long as you keep it to like 1 or 2 lines so we don't get copyright, then I think you're good.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the closest matchup here. West Side Story, ranked to number 8. Robin Hood, 1973, ranked number 9.
This is the animated Robin Hood we're talking about, right?
Yes.
The Little John Robin Hood one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Any votes for Robin Hood?
Yes.
That's what I'd go with, too.
I'm voting for West Side Story, but I'm not going to really argue that one too much here. Moving on to the next matchup here, we got the number 5 seed Cabaret versus 1955's Lady and the Tramp, ranked number 12. I don't believe I'm as familiar with Cabaret. Are you guys familiar with that one?
I know the storyline. I haven't seen it.
What do you remember from it, though?
It's I can't remember if it's early 40s or late 30s. Set in Germany leading up to World War II.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm missing a big part of the storyline, but I can't remember. And like people are, there's something about like apartments, I don't know. And it's a cabaret, and then it's about like the lives of the people. And
I guess the better question is, are any of us going to vote against Lady and the Tramp here, I suppose? No. Or we're all voting for Lady and the Tramp?
The spaghetti dog moment. Beautiful cinema.
Moving on here to the number 4 versus the number 13 seed. We got Mary Poppins versus Peter Pan. Who's voting for Peter Pan?
No.
Who's voting for Mary Poppins?
Guys, I feel like this is a clear male-female divide right here.
You might be onto something.
Yeah.
You might be onto something. Tell you what, you can try and convince one of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try to sway one of us quick.
Okay, well, first of all, Mary Poppins has Julie Andrews, and she won an Oscar for this one, so, like, you gotta get that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good point.
I mean, there's so many aspects of this, right? We have women's suffrage movement sprinkled in through there. We have the Fantasia elements. They had such cool special effects where like she's pulling the stuff out of the big carpet bag. And the kids had no idea, so the reaction was just improvised, genuine.
Yeah.
Like that was good. The songs are great.
You might have sold me on practical effects. Because I love practical effects.
There's any
so
way to
many.
convince Meyerberg of anything, you just gotta say practical effects.
Practical effects, so many practical effects,
That's
yes.
a sweet spot. Dang, is there any way I could convince you back?
I would say if it was a little more dark, then I would go back.
Captain
But it's not.
Captain Hook
But
tries
it's
to
not.
kill him
Yeah.
multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wendy
but it's
is
still,
walking the
it's still
plank.
like spoofy though.
But
Yeah.
Wendy is walking the plank not knowing Peter Pan's down there. Everyone thinks she's gonna die.
Yeah.
He shoots cannonballs at a child. That's not dark enough for you?
Stop. He's
No,
already
I'm more,
convinced.
okay, I'm not even trying to convince him anymore. I'm just trying to get into his psyche. How is that not dark enough for you?
Yeah, it's too light.
Yes, Miss Hook. This is your last chance, Tiger Lily.
Oh boy. Okay, well, one of
And,
my
like-
worst nightmares just occurred where Peter Pan is not moving on.
There we go.
All right, but I mean, it lost to a 4 seed, so I
Yeah.
can't be too mad, I guess. Number 6, My Fair Lady versus number 11, Cinderella. I was surprised Cinderella was ranked so low.
Yeah.
That's
Like
a
the
good point,
classic.
actually.
Anyone voting for My Fair Lady?
I'm voting for My Fair Lady.
Anyone voting for Cinderella?
Okay, guys.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen My Fair Lady.
I guess I haven't either. So from a
Yeah.
musical perspective, now that I actually, okay, see, now I'm convincing myself. I'm arguing against myself now.
Yeah.
This is a day in the life of Nick. There's not a lot of musical elements to Cinderella.
There's not. There's literally like a one-song thing.
There's Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo.
There's Bibbidi Boppity Boo.
And I like when all the mice are saying Cinderella, Cinderella. Yeah.
Yeah. Gus
like
Gus,
that.
Gus Gus is very cute.
Gus Gus is a fun
Very
character,
cute.
yeah.
If it was the Whitney Houston, what was that?
Oh, like the live action one,
The live
yeah?
action one.
Oh,
then
yeah,
that'd
that
be
for
more.
sure.
Then it'd be harder for me.
Yeah, I guess if I have to look at this from a musical perspective, then yeah, no, I switched my own vote. I'm gonna go
Okay.
for My Fair Lady on that
Yep.
one. This will be a fun one right here. Ranked
Yeah.
number 3, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory versus ranked 14, Sleeping Beauty. Who is voting for Sleeping Beauty?
No.
No.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can't go against
You
Gene
can't go.
Wilder.
No.
All right, now we move on to the 7 versus 10 seed, The Jungle Book, originally animated version, versus 1951's Alice in Wonderland. Who is going to vote for Alice? Jungle
I'd
Book?
say no. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'd
gotta
go
go
Jungle
Jungle
We're
Book.
both
Book.
going Jungle Book?
Yeah.
This one's gonna be easy for me too.
This one's going to be an easy one.
And I bet you can know.
I
which
actually
one
feel like I wanted to know where I'm going with this one too. So this is either going to be easy for all of us or war is about to commence here, I feel like now.
Yeah.
Number 2 seed, The Sound of Music versus the 15 seed, Aristocats. Number 2 for Sound of Music. Who's voting?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
good.
Absolutely. Again, Julie Andrews.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
do you want to know my favorite Sound of Music tidbit? Christopher Plummer, who played the Captain Von Trapp. While they were filming this is how he described Julie Andrews. Julie Andrews is like being beat over the head with a Valentine's Day card.
That's funny.
That's just a great way to describe someone in general. I love that.
Yes, like well phrased as well as I just love that visual.
Yeah, so Aristocats gets knocked out of that round, and yes, that will be the only time we're going to be talking about Cats the musical in any sort of form in this whole bracket here. Don't expect that in the modern ones here. Let's move on to Division 3. Here we have movies from 1975 to the end of the century, 1999. Let's just start at the top one here again. Lion King ranked number 1 versus Pocahontas
Dang.
ranked 16th.
Coming out swinging.
Yeah.
Who's voting Pocahontas?
I like Pocahontas a lot, but I'm gonna go with
Same.
Lion King, all
Same.
3?
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Colors of the Wind is honestly one of the most beautiful things.
Moving on to a little bit more of an obscure one here. Also the closest
Also,
matchup.
what a wild matchup.
Yeah. You got The Little Mermaid, 1989, ranked number 8 versus 1975's The Rocky Horror Picture Show, ranked number 9. Who's voting Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Yeah, I knew I was going to
Who's
be.
voting for Little Mermaid?
Little Mermaid just has such a soft place in my heart.
Yeah, Rocky Horror. Moving on. Right.
cry.
Okay, so this is the one when I was making this matchup, I was either going to vote one way and still be invited to Christmas from my family, or vote the other way and feel good, but I'll probably be disowned. But yeah, we got number 5, the Blues Brothers versus number 12, Grease. Another one I'm kind of surprised was ranked a little lower than I thought it would.
Grease, yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe I was kind of surprised that one was 12. And I may or may not be stalling because I'm still not sure how I'm going to go here, but that's not very fair. So, who is voting for Grease?
I gotta go Grease.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm as much as I do love Blues Brothers, and not because of the pressure of certain relatives that I know would hate me if I did vote the other way.
The social impact of Grease, I feel, was bigger.
All right, next matchup here. We got The Nightmare Before Christmas versus The Prince of Egypt.
Prince of Egypt is at 13. That kind of surprises me too.
That one, I was very surprised at how that one was ranked as well here. So basically got the King of Halloween versus the royalty of the Middle East. And who's voting for Prince of Egypt?
Absolutely.
Nightmare Before Christmas?
Night we pray.
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to do to sway us?
No.
All right, this is another really close, really
gonna
tough
be hard.
matchup here. Ranked number 6, Mulan, versus number 11, Hercules. Two of the fiercest warriors, arguably.
Yep. And now I'll put my 2 cents in right away. We watched both of these. Absolutely love both of them. However, I find myself gravitating more, and I think you know, to Hercules. Mulan has some great music, great songs. I love to sing with them, but Hercules just takes the cake for me. And
Okay, so obviously you're voting Hercules.
I'm voting
here.
Hercules.
Are either of us going to be voting for Mulan? I am going to put my vote into that for that one.
And I think this might be the toughest 2 that we've had so
Okay,
far.
so then let me put my 2 cents in since you had your moment.
Yeah.
I would say Mulan is a little bit darker, seriouser. Hercules is just a little too zany, which is good for an animated movie. I get it, it's a kid's movie and it's about Greek gods and all that. But Mulan, I feel like dealt with tougher issues. I felt like the fighting was better overall, and the action and all that was better too.
I think I gotta go Mulan as well because, and another thing I love about it is she is a Disney princess, but the story is not her falling in love. She happens to fall in love. That's not like her biggest factor, whatever.
Moving on to the next matchup here, we got 1991's Beauty and the Beast ranked number 3 versus Anastasia ranked number 14. Who is voting for Anastasia?
Justice for Anastasia.
Wow.
Yes.
Beauty and the Beast. I'm the only one on here?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Anastasia's great.
Well, seeing you guys' passion, I'm not going to argue. I want to argue
Yeah,
that
you're
one,
not
but I'm
gonna
going to
convince
save.
me.
All right. Is that our first big upset, really?
I think
We got
yeah.
that was a 14 that took out
14
a
and
3
3.
seed.
Yeah.
I would not have expected Beauty and the Beast get knocked out in the first round here. All right, here comes the hate mail. This might be the most interesting matchup here out of the whole thing. 1999 South Park Bigger, Longer, Uncut, ranked number 7 versus Labyrinth, ranked 10th.
I haven't seen either one of these.
You haven't seen either?
No.
Okay, well, I know where you're voting. I
I'm
know
going
where I'm
South
voting.
Park.
I'm voting
Same?
South Park.
Okay,
yeah.
then doesn't
hardcore.
matter.
Yeah, I'm
It
going
doesn't
South
matter.
Park.
Final matchup for Division 3. We got 1992's Aladdin versus 1996 The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Or dang.
This is gonna be tough too for me.
This is
Yeah.
a tough one for you.
That's a good one.
Personally, this one's a little bit of an easier one for me. I'm going to vote Aladdin.
Okay.
Any other votes for Aladdin?
I don't know yet.
I think Hunchback is underrated, like farly underrated. It has some banger songs, but I think I do have to go Aladdin.
I just think overall the animation is better, which is interesting
Yeah.
considering how this one came out 4 years.
Hunchback has a very
before.
real storyline though too.
Yeah, and I remember feeling bad for Quasimodo.
Yeah.
Like,
You don't feel bad for Aladdin?
No.
That
He's-
guy's homeless.
He's a
It's not-
street rat.
It's not his fault. He
It
was
is
born into it.
interesting that these storylines are kind of the same.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's a good point. They're
Yeah.
both kind of recluses in the towers
Yeah.
or whatever.
And then a beautiful woman kind of brings them out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with Aladdin though.
Yeah.
All right, so we're all agreement. We're going
I
on
think we
Aladdin,
got
but I do
Aladdin.
agree with you. Underrated.
Underrated.
Doesn't get its
Yep.
spotlight.
Doesn't get its spotlight.
Let's move on into Division 4. This is modern day, turn of the century here, 2000, year 2000, up to 2024. Obviously, we're not done with 2025 yet, so just including those 25 here. Well, let's kick things off with this one here. 2016's La La Land versus 2008's Mamma Mia, ranked 1st and 16th,
I cannot
respectively.
believe that ranking.
Blame IMDb.
I mean,
Blame IMDb.
I know La La Land has its cult following, but like I just I've seen it once and I was like, okay, it's fine. But I'm a diehard Mamma Mia fan. I will never
Yeah,
be
good
able
luck getting that song out of your
I will like
after watching
never not be emotional when Meryl Streep is running through this town and all these women gather together and then they're dancing on the dock. You can dance, and they jump in. It's beautiful.
So I will say for me, I think La La Land is ranked too high. I don't think it's number one
It's
seed.
ranked way too high.
That being said, I think it's still going to get my vote here, just because the visuals of it are. The visuals are good in Mamma Mia too.
Yes.
I
And
don't
it's
know.
set on a Greek
something up
island.
quick.
Like, how can you
Okay.
how can you deny
If
that?
you phone a friend this early on,
I
we're
want
really
to
in
look
trouble.
something up before I say
Oh
it.
boy.
Mamma Mia is the best jukebox musical there is. Like, there aren't a lot that are successful.
I will say, if you're looking at a sing-along perspective, yes, Mamma Mia takes the cake here.
Yeah.
I mean, La La Land has some good music, but it's a lot of
I
background
don't think
music.
I can list a single
Yeah.
song.
So for my pick,
Oh boy. Here we go. Here's the tiebreaker.
first I have to say I love Damien Chazelle. Is that
Yep.
what? Yep.
Yep.
I loved La La Land. I thought it was great. Do I think it's ranked a little bit high for musicals? Yes, I do. However, Mamma Mia, not a huge fan of the movie, but Super Trooper,
Yes.
one of my favorite songs of all time. And
Is that what you had
And
to look up?
that trio friend group.
Yeah.
Julie Walters.
Walter, I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever. Meryl Streep and can't think of Tanya.
Some great
something.
trio.
Yeah.
You guys can't even remember.
You don't even remember? But I sing that
I can
song in
remember
my
Ryan
car.
Gosling and Emma Stone pretty easily over here. I
Yeah.
can remember my stuff.
So I'm going with Mamma Mia.
Oh my
Because
God.
I love that song.
Okay.
Love that song.
That's our
Another-
biggest upset now.
Yes, but we all agree La La Land probably ranked too
Ranked
high.
way too high.
So
Wait.
it almost feels
Yeah.
like it isn't an upset, but
Yeah.
it is on
Yeah.
paper.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the actual closest matchup here. 2013's Frozen ranked 8th. Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street ranked 9th.
This is wild matchup too.
I know, right? It's the ice sculptors versus the barber here. Both sharp tools involved.
The
I guess.
Baba.
That's about the only comparison I can make here.
The Baba.
Who's voting Sweeney?
No.
Who's voting Frozen?
Frozen.
I went to. All right, our next matchup here. Both movies coming out in 2017. First time I think that's happened. Both movies came out the same year, so we got an actual legit kind of head-to-head here. The Greatest Showman with Hugh Jackman ranked number 5 versus the live-action Beauty and the Beast ranked 12th. Anyone voting for Beauty and the Beast?
This one's tough
Anyone-
for me.
Anyone voting for Greatest Showman?
I would say it's
Okay.
ranked too high, but I would go with The Greatest Showman.
I would probably have to go with Greatest Showman too.
I was gonna say if the
I thought Beauty and the
live-action
Beast-
moved on and the original didn't, I was gonna
Alright.
cancel this whole video. That's how petty I am right now.
Being petty. Tom Petty.
All right, moving on to the next matchup here. We got Moulin Rouge 2001, ranked number 4, versus the live-action remake Aladdin, ranked 13.
My vote is strong.
Strong on this
I
one?
have a very strong
All right,
opinion.
anyone voting for Aladdin?
No.
Anyone for Moulin Rouge? Yep, clean sweep there. I was not surprised by that.
Come what may. Oh, so good, so powerful. Chef's kiss.
Next matchup here, we got 2012's Les Miserables, ranked 6, versus Encanto, ranked 11. It's basically the French Revolution versus the Homewrecker.
Yeah.
In this
This
one
is
here.
hard because they're incredibly different films. I love them both dearly.
True.
And you guys know I love Russell Crowe, so
Yep, this is true. I thought Encanto was one of the better Disney animated movies they had made in a while up at that point.
Yeah.
yes. And again, we haven't been getting a whole lot of new, really good ones.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, gotta
man.
vote eventually here. So
I'm
who's
going on.
voting for Encanto?
I
Les Miserables.
Les Miserables.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Did you want to try and sway us?
No.
Okay.
You probably could, because I
And
do
just
love
like
it.
the real life French Revolution, this movie
Dies.
accomplishes nothing. Continuing the trend of some Disney animation here, we got number 3 ranked Moana versus another live action remake, 2019's The Lion King. Anyone voting for The Lion King?
No.
Anyone voting for Moana?
Yeah.
Yep.
Clean sweep on that one. Yep.
I didn't even see the live action Lion King.
You don't need to. Unfortunately, our talk of live action remakes does not end there, it looks like. We got The Corpse Bride versus 2016's The Jungle Book, ranked 7th and 10th respectively here. Who is voting for The Jungle Book?
Again, I haven't seen either one.
Who's voting for Corpse Bride? Okay, so
Who's
we
gonna
basically have
sway
to
me?
convince.
Who's gonna sway me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say you can go
No,
first.
no, you go first. You go first.
I'd say Corpse Bride, something new, something different, a little darker. Jungle Book, remake, we've seen it again, blah, 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 blah.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up because with the Jungle Book, I would argue this is one of the only good live-action remakes because as the Jungle Book animated movie is kind of a classic, there really isn't any story or plot or there's no beginning, middle, end really. There's no journey for Mowgli to go on. Here, they actually added a story. Here, Mowgli is trying to accomplish something. Here, Mowgli is trying to finish a journey here instead of just hanging out with animals, singing, and all that sort of stuff.
You almost got me, but I think I'm still gonna do Corpse Bride.
Really?
Got him.
We can't fight against Tim Burton. What am I doing? All right, final matchup here in Division 4. We got 2010's Tangled ranked number 2 versus Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Another remake here. Obviously not a live-action remake, but
Okay, wait. What was Frozen ranked?
Frozen was
8?
8. Tangled was 10.
Tangled
Or no,
was
Tangled was 2.
Yeah.
Tangled was 2.
Okay, that surprises me that Tangled is higher than Frozen. I think it's true. Like, I do kind of think slightly above Frozen, but like, I don't think most people think that, so that surprises me.
All right, let's quick vote for this one here then. Anyone doing Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Anyone voting Tangled?
Yeah.
All right, let's move back up, back in time here, back to Division 2. Hopefully go through these a little bit quicker here. Second round, we now got Wizard of Oz versus Pinocchio. Anyone voting for Pinocchio?
No.
Anyone going Wizard of Oz?
Yeah.
Yep, same here. Next matchup, going again to 1949's On the Town versus 1942's Holiday Inn. You already gave kind of a pretty good pitch for Holiday Inn before.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to kind of go Holiday Inn on this one.
I feel like I gotta go Holiday Inn again.
Ryan, are you going to vote for On the Town?
I'd go On the Town, yeah.
All right. Is that more of a pity vote, or do you want to try and sway us?
No, more of a pity vote.
Next matchup, we got Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs versus Fantasia. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, anyone voting for that one?
Yeah.
Yep, same. Final matchup for Division 1 here, round 2. We got Yankee Doodle Dandy versus A Night at the Opera. Anyone going to be talking about or voting for Yankee Doodle Dandy?
Yeah.
I am also going to, I think.
I have no opinion, so I'm gonna vote Night at the Opera.
Yankee Doodle Dandy moves on, though. Back down to Division 2, kind of the latter part of the century and everything like that.
This is gonna tear me apart.
We got the classic Singing in the Rain versus, again, the animated Robin Hood, 1973. Who is voting for Robin Hood? Who's voting Singing in the Rain?
Okay.
Do we just majority vote and then
Okay,
take it?
don't make me choose.
We'll put you out of your misery on that one. Moving on to the next matchup here, we got Lady and the Tramp versus Mary Poppins here. Who is voting for Lady and the Tramp?
No.
Mary Poppins?
Yep. All right, now I got you on the Mary Poppins train all the way through.
It's not that I'm not on the Mary Poppins
You
train.
were
It's just
just Peter
I was on
Pan.
the Peter Pan sidecar first.
Yeah.
And then when I realized that was going to crash, now I'm going to hop onto the Mary Poppins. I had tickets for both.
Yep.
Coming down here, we got the 1964 My Fair Lady versus Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Who's voting for My Fair Lady?
This is hard because I'm actually struggling to think of the My Fair Lady movie. I've seen the stage version on Broadway more recently, and so I'm like swayed by that.
Okay, so I guess
Which was
the question
beautiful.
here would be, since we're focusing on musical,
Exactly.
can you remember any of the songs from whether it's a
Yes.
stage version or anything like that? I guess
Yes,
which one stands
absolutely.
out more to you there?
Yeah, I
kinda
suppose
thinking
I
that.
gotta go My Fair Lady.
You're voting My Fair Lady.
Okay.
Votes for Willy Wonka.
Okay.
Come with me.
Yeah, that's
Which
the
is-
first thing that.
And
Yeah.
I'm not mad about that.
Yeah. Rounding out Division 2 here, we got the Jungle Book original animated version versus The Sound of Music. Who's voting for Sound of Music?
Yep.
Yep, clean sweep there. Sorry.
sweep.
All right, let's move back up to Division 3. First matchup we're going to have is The Lion King 1994 versus The Rocky Horror Picture Show. Who's voting Rocky Horror?
Come on.
Who's voting for Lion King?
Lion
feel free
King
to,
seems to get us in trouble.
Aladdin versus Lion King.
I can't do this.
Who's voting for Aladdin? Who's voting for Lion King?
You guys are insane.
We've done our 2 rock, paper, scissors. Let's do a phone
We
call.
want to call Ryan. Let's call Ryan.
Which one's better?
Which one's better?
Which one's better?
Okay. All right.
We have Aladdin and The Lion King.
Aladdin, 100%.
What? No! This
you.
is rigged!
Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
You texted him ahead of time.
I didn't.
Look, do I actually think Lion King's a little overrated? Yes.
Same.
Really, really. I mean, I don't think there's anything I can say to convince you, other than Lion King is I think is the longest running show on Broadway.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it's up there.
Okay, so like there's that. It brings in a wide variety of people. The puppets are fantastic. The He Lives in Me is like such a powerful like out of body experience.
I will say my kids were in a production last year, 2 years ago for Lion King.
Yeah.
So I'll switch over. and
Wait.
go to Lion King. Oh.
Before you switch.
All right.
No.
All right.
We said our piece about remakes and redoing things. Kimba the White Lion. Lion King is a ripoff of Kimba the White Lion. This story was already done and told.
Okay, yeah, but like the Lion King is also based on Hamlet, so.
You're making my point. Rocky
but,
Horror
like-
Picture Show is original.
Okay, no, but like this is like a fresh new and like to like distill it enough that it can be into a kid's movie, like this big huge tragedy.
Probably make Rocky Horror. I'm not going to finish that statement actually. I'm not gonna.
Don't make Rocky Horror a kid's movie. that would be weird.
So are you still sticking
I'm
with
staying with Lion King.
You
yeah.
traitor.
Yes.
It'll make Lion King's downfall later
Okay,
more sweet.
fine. All right. Yeah, we got Greece versus Prince of Egypt here. Yeah, this is this is a tough one. I feel like, but yeah, I know where I'm leading.
I know. I'm
Who's voting for the prince?
going. Yeah.
Greece.
I'm going Greece.
Wow. Yeah.
Do you want to try and convince us? Sway us anyway.
When I lived in LA, I was looking
This
down.
is a godly movie. You're going against a religion, and yes, I did just set you up just so I could cut you off and say that. So. All right, next matchup here: 1998's Mulan versus 1997's Anastasia. Who's voting for Anastasia?
Yep.
Who's voting for Mulan?
Guys.
You
Great.
can't say this is a gender thing here. We're voting for the woman empowerment movie too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I will say Anastasia is also another one where it's not about her love story.
Yep.
I love that it has that like
History.
otherworldly element
Yeah.
as well as like a historical element.
All right, we got 1999 South Park versus 1992's Aladdin. Never did I ever think I would say that sentence out loud before, but
Yeah.
that's the nature of the nerd bracket. Who's voting for South Park? Who's voting for Aladdin? Okay, I was wondering if I was going to have to fight you on that.
I honestly, South Park is so good, but you have to have almost an acquired taste to really like it.
All right, moving on again back to some more modern times in Division 4. We got Mamma Mia versus Frozen. The upset pick. Made it past that first round here. Going up against one of the most classics of the decade. Who is voting for Mamma Mia? Who's voting for Frozen?
Okay.
I'd have to go with Frozen,
Yeah,
just because
I'm okay
of the
with that.
cultural impact.
All right, let's move on here to the next one. We got The Greatest Showman versus Moulin Rouge. Quite possibly two of the most visually out there movies out of all the ones we're talking about here. Who's voting Moulin Rouge?
Hardcore.
I'm going to say Greatest Showman, but yeah, I could be swayed in Moulin Rouge there, I feel like. So, yeah, not too disappointed about that one. Here we have two of the titans of modern Disney animation, arguably here. Encanto versus
Both
Moana.
written by Lin-Manuel Miranda.
No, you're right. This is the matchup of the Miranda, basically, here. So, which one do we prefer, I guess? Who's voting for Moana?
No.
Who's voting for Encanto? I usually have to fight against Moana, so I'm glad that Encanto's moving on.
Same. I like Moana, but
And finally, wrapping up round two here, we got Corpse Bride versus Tangled. Who is voting for Corpse Bride
Nope.
and Tangled?
Yep.
Clean sweep here again. Now we move back up to Division 1 here for the Sweet 16. A couple of matchups here to look at. We got 1939's Wizard of Oz versus 1942's Holiday Inn. Who is voting for the Inn?
This is hard because I do actually think Holiday Inn's a better, like the songs are better, but the Wizard of Oz has just become so iconic. But also,
I don't know, somewhere over the rainbow though.
Okay, okay,
That's-
okay. You're right. You're right.
So yeah, is anyone going Holiday Inn or are we all voting Oz?
Yeah, I think I gotta do that.
Oz the Great and Powerful.
But Holiday Inn gave it a good fight.
Holiday Inn is good, and I do recommend it.
Yeah.
Moving on here, 1937's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs versus 1942, Yankee Doodle Dandy. Who's voting for the Yankees? Who's going on with the Dwarfs?
I still love the dwarves.
Yankee Doodle kind of limped along all the
Yeah,
way here.
he
They
did,
had pretty
yeah.
easy.
Back down to Division 2. Oh, uh-oh. I feel this is gonna hurt you so bad. I
It
feel
is,
like.
but actually, I think I've made my peace with it.
In that case, we got Singing in the Rain versus Mary Poppins here. Who's going with Poppins?
No.
Singing in the Rain.
I love singing.
Yeah, I'm going with that one as well. Moving on to the next one here, we got The Sound of Music versus Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. These might be my two favorite out of all of them on here, or at the very least in this
still
division.
easy for me.
This one's easy for you?
Yeah.
Well, good
This
for
one's
you.
easier for me, or easy for me too.
Okay.
Okay, well then, yeah, who's voting for Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
Nope.
Who's voting for Sound of Music? All right. I've never been in this position before. All right, you two got to convince me on this one.
Okay, Sound of Music, again, Julie Andrews, absolutely purest Belle voice. It is based on a true story, which I think is also beautiful. It has a lot of great elements. It has the like real life Nazi, like, oh, what are we gonna do kind of thing. Also the scene when he comes home and he rips up the Nazi flag, cathartic. The kids are adorable, and they're all really good actors. And they take the do, re, mi, fa, sol.
Oh yeah.
People, that's how people learn how to read music now.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be convincing me. You're not supposed to get convinced by her.
I know. I agree. I agree with all of that. It's great. However, Gene Wilder will always hold a special place for me because the way he portrays the uneasiness, what's going on, practical effects. They do a lot of sweet things in there. The Come With Me song, absolutely love it. Oompa Loompas, all of that. It's great.
Okay, do
Gets
you
his
feel
way
a
in.
little bit that like the Oompa Loompas is a little bit slavery-like though?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Very, very much.
Yeah.
Ultimately, what really tore me on this one is I love Gene Wilder and I love Julie Andrews. What ultimately decided was you kind of did mention the kid actors.
Yeah.
The kid actors are way better in Sound of Music than they are in.
Yes, I will
What do you
say
mean?
that.
I think.
Wild Bill's not a good actor. The Western guy.
And do the child actors really sing in Willy Wonka? Because they definitely do in Sound of Music.
Yep, you sold me. You sold me. Sound of Music it is.
It's all right. We tried hard, Willie.
All right, on to the Sweet 16 round here over in division number 3. We got the Lion King versus the Prince of Egypt. Both royalties in Africa here. Who is voting for Prince of Egypt?
Yep.
Any votes for Lion King? All right. Well,
there
it took
it
a
is.
round longer than I thought it would, but we knocked it out of there.
Yep. Get out of there, Lion King. It's for you, Derek. It's for you.
Other matchup here in Division 3, Mulan versus Aladdin. All right.
I feel like you guys don't even need to vote on this, really.
Hey, don't assume.
You're like...
Yeah.
Don't just assume.
It's so funny. I've never been like, you guys are both so Aladdin hardcore.
I mean, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I don't think I give Mulan its due.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking here, like, part of the reason why I push this version of Aladdin so far is because of Robin Williams' Genie.
Yes.
However, we did bring up Eddie
Okay.
Murphy's Mushu. Kind of a
Yeah.
similar side character where it is kind of like a great comedian doing great things.
I'm going Mulan. Even though I do love Aladdin. I'm not saying I don't
Yeah.
like Aladdin, but...
For the record, we don't hate Mulan when we vote
Yeah.
it out.
Right.
Because
Right.
we're going to vote it out because
I
I'm
know.
assuming we're
Well,
voting
actually,
Aladdin.
I don't know. I'd probably go Mulan. Don't get me wrong. Aladdin's
See,
one of
I don't know if I
my.
can hate that.
Like all I see. It's so good.
Aladdin's one of my favorite movies of all time. But since we're linking this to musicals,
Yeah.
the music in Mulan I like better.
Okay, I disagree with that, but I respect that being outvoted on that
I mean,
one
A
there,
Whole
but-
New World is very good too.
Yeah, that's a beautiful one.
Yeah.
Right.
Really
so the
sing
whole
because
point is that
it was
you
a
can't.
lower cover,
Yeah.
so it doesn't really make sense story-wise. But
Right.
I don't know. I think Aladdin's a better musical, but I respect the vote. Yeah,
Respect it.
Mulan moving on here. All right. Moving on to Division 4, we got Frozen versus Moulin Rouge. Who is voting for Frozen?
No.
Who's voting for Moulin Rouge? All right.
Yes.
Frozen's overrated.
All right, another one. Going to be a pretty tough one here. I feel like 2021's Encanto versus
Yeah.
2010's Tangled. Who is voting for Tangled?
I think I gotta vote for Tangle just because I feel like it's more nostalgic for me.
And who is going to vote for Encanto then? I'm assuming you and me on
Yeah.
that one?
I'm not mad about that.
Let's move on to the Elite 8 here, getting down to the wire. So these two are essentially competing for the top movie in Division 1 here. Basically the best movie of 1925 to 1949, and I don't think any real surprise here. We got The Wizard of Oz versus Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Who is voting for Snow White? Who's voting for Dorothy and the Wizard?
I did Snow White. I went Snow White.
You're going Snow White? We're going Wizard, though?
Yeah.
They're both like well known for a reason. I mean, one obviously is animated, one's not. So
this is it. Revolutionary in their own ways. This one was revolutionary in a live action sense. This was revolutionary in an animated sense. Yeah. So there's a reason why they came out the top two. But yeah, overall, I'm going to say the Wizard. Yeah, I believe we got for the winner of Division 2 here, we got Singing in the Rain versus The Sound of Music. Ooh,
this one's gonna be the one that's really hard for me.
This one's gonna be real rough. Going into this, I think I would have known where I would have voted. Having talked it out, I maybe have switched where I'm going with this. So.
I feel like the same actually. I think I would have gone Singing in the Rain, but I feel like now I'm switching.
All right, so yeah, officially, who's voting for Sound of Music? No votes for Singing in the Rain.
I'm so
Singing in the Rain gets no votes.
Sweat.
Elite
oh my
8.
Gosh.
Wow. If you had told me that 2 days ago when I was kind of coming up with this, I don't know if I would have believed myself. All right, moving on to Division 3 championship here for this side of the bracket. We got 1998's The Prince of Egypt versus Mulan. All right, had to knock out a few of our favorites here, getting its way up here. I would have expected a Lion King Aladdin rematch, but no, not this day. Who's voting for Mulan? Who's voting for Prince of Egypt?
I think I gotta go Prince.
I gotta go Prince of Egypt too.
I should watch this again.
Yeah,
you really do need. If you haven't seen it in a while, you need to rewatch that movie.
Like seriously, the music is insane. So many large chords, so many choir pieces.
Also, just amazing voice acting.
Amazing voice acting.
From Val Kilmer, you got Ralph Fiennes, Martin Short, Steve Martin. They got their kind of comedy.
Is in there?
Yeah, he's Ramses.
I forgot he was in that, but yeah.
Yeah, no, Sandra Bullock's in it, Jeff Goldblum's in it. Like, it has a huge cast that everyone forgets about is in this movie.
Well, and isn't that the movie that that was like DreamWorks' first movie or something?
I think it was an early one.
It was an early one, or like the production team like worked somewhere else, and then they were like, oh, they have creative differences. Okay, we're gonna make our own, and they're like went all out. That's kind of what I remember.
Let's move on to Division 4, Moulin Rouge versus Encanto. All right, who's voting Encanto? Who's voting Moulin Rouge?
Okay. I think we need to have a discussion.
Okay.
Because Moulin Rouge is great, but it does borrow a lot of material from other movies. Because Encanto is truly all new original songs. Moulin Rouge borrows a lot of songs, does them amazingly.
Yeah.
And the acting is great. Great cast.
That's a good point.
But like,
I guess one of my knocks, and maybe this isn't fair, is I'm not the biggest fan of Baz Luhrmann movies. They're just a little too into your face. It's just a little too crazy. Whereas this has craziness. It shows the craziness of the life, but it's still not like overstimulating.
It has very clear bounds.
Yeah.
As much as it's like hurts me to turn my back on Ewan McGregor because I love his voice in that movie, I think I gotta go Encanto.
All right, so that's 2 for Encanto officially.
Yeah,
1 for Moulin Rouge. All right, Encanto moves on. And with that, we have moved on to the final 4 here. To move on to the championship match here, we got The Wizard of Oz versus The Sound of Music. Ooh, here we go. So let's just all promise to still be friends after this, right?
Okay.
Who's voting for The Sound of Music?
I think I go with Sound of Music.
Wizard of Oz?
I'm going Wizard of Oz.
Do you wish to
no,
say anything?
No, they're both fantastic. I totally see why you guys would pick The Sound of Music.
All right, yeah. Champion of essentially the 1900s, Sound of Music here, going on to the championship match. Now we move over to the turn of the century. We got the Prince of Egypt versus Encanto. This one is definitely tougher for me than the last matchup, I feel like. Do we have any votes for Prince of Egypt?
I think I gotta go.
Do we have any votes for Encanto officially?
What are you voting?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
I was hoping you two.
I was hoping I wouldn't have to
majority
decide.
one.
Okay.
And I wouldn't have to make a decision. I was banking on that.
Well, I'm going the Prince of Egypt.
Okay, you're hard in Prince of Egypt. Okay.
Because I slightly remember it as a kid, but as you were talking about it, listing off those actors and actresses, and it's like, I've seen them in other stuff. That's a loaded cast.
Yes. Okay, I
pays
think
off.
just for that, honestly, I'm gonna give it to Prince of Egypt because like they nailed it.
Yeah.
Like they nailed it.
Yeah, I'm going to go Prince of Egypt too. But with that, we move on to the championship here. 1985's The Sound of Music versus 1998's The Prince of Egypt. Do we want to just quick go back and see where these were ranked before? I'm trying to think.
Oh yeah.
Sound of Music was 2, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yep, Sound of Music was number 2 in its matchup. Prince of Egypt.
The Prince.
That was
13. Wow. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah,
For the underdog.
justice
Yeah.
for Prince of Egypt.
Yeah.
Believe in your dreams, kids. Prince of Egypt, you can make it. You can too.
Oh, Nightmare Before
So
Christmas.
again, putting ourselves in the mindset from a musical perspective.
From a musical.
We've talked about Julie Andrews, legend, possibly the GOAT
Yes.
as far as the singing voice and all that. So I will say, from a lyric standpoint, or from just a general singing point, Sound of Music gets that point. These voice actors do as good of a job as they can, but I believe I read Val Kilmer, although he voices Moses, I believe
I
someone
don't
else.
think he sings.
Yeah, someone else
Yeah.
voiced his singing parts.
But I don't think that's a negative, especially
Yeah.
in animation. Like K-pop, Demon Hunters is that way too. And I think that's the pro of a animation is that you can do that. People who have really good singing voices aren't necessarily good voice actors. You
Yep.
know?
Sound of Music is essentially a solo act.
Yeah.
You are going to the concert to listen to Olivia Rodrigo because you want to hear Olivia Rodrigo sing. You're going to an AC/DC concert because you want to hear the whole band do their thing. That's Prince of Egypt, where it's more of a group effort.
Prince of Egypt literally sounds like all of the Jewish nation is
Yeah.
singing together. And honestly, I love a good underdog, so I think I'm locking in my vote Prince of Egypt.
You're locking in Prince of Egypt?
I think I'm locking it in.
And you already locked in Prince of Egypt?
I have.
Or I thought you said, or was that the last? Oh, that was the
That
last
was the
round
last
for
one.
Encanto. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Okay, so we got 1 for Prince of Egypt.
Yeah.
The best part is some of the arguments we've used to move these on before we can't even use here, like the based on true story, the
Yeah.
against depression. Like it's the same
They're
thing
both
in
based on
both
true
of these.
stories. They're both
Like the arguments we've used as like trump cards for the other
Yeah.
are null and void here.
Yeah.
And we have another live action versus animation, so you can't even necessarily compare those
Yeah.
2 parts of it.
And they're both also really good they both appeal to a wide range of ages.
I honestly don't know where I'm going with this one. I really don't.
Well, I would probably have to go with the Prince of Egypt then, just off of listening to you guys talk about it and make your cases and examples. And I do think, too, when I think musical, I don't think a singular person. I don't think
True.
Olivia Rodrigo. I think boom, boom, boom.
The ensemble.
Different, yeah.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna say Sound of Music just so I can say we gave it a little bit of a hope here. But yeah, I guess overall, are we saying Prince of Egypt here? I guess
I think
2
so.
votes to technically 1. I'm gonna say half. I'm gonna give half
Yeah.
my vote to Prince of Egypt, half my vote to Sound of Music.
Now
so
I gotta go home and watch Prince of Egypt.
I know.
Yeah.
Now I want to rewatch. I want to watch all these.
Actually,
Yeah.
I'm
Some
going
of
to
them
watch
again, some of them
Prince of
first
Egypt
time.
and VeggieTales.
Yeah. In this bracket challenge, the Prince of Egypt, 1998, the underdog.
The underdog, number 13.
Underdog,
Yeah.
Of Division 3 wins the bracket here, becoming, in our opinion, the best musical of the past 100 years. I don't know, looking at this, I probably would have thought Singing in the Rain would have just moved on and did.
I came in and was like, oh, I bet it's gonna be Singing in the Rain.
Yeah, that's how the bracket works sometimes,
Yeah.
folks. So there you go, Prince of Egypt. If you haven't seen it, check it out. If what we said didn't convince you, I don't think anything else will. But overall, just check out any of these. I mean, all of them are great. I want to thank you guys so much again for coming out here and doing this. This has been real fun. If there's any movie series or genre or anything like that you think we should put to task here and come up with the best of the best, let us know in the comments down below. And that'll do it for this edition of Nerd Bracket.